Okay. Um, Please read this diagram that I drew up tonight. Together with an idealized cloaked object, the space it rests in is also made to disappear. And I compare a transparent body without a separately existing internal reality, like a bubble or any other bounding surface. This bubble has an internal reflection. Transparent bodies, such as a bubble or any other bounding surfaces completely within reality, exhibits internal attributes such as reflection. A friend of mine drew up this image. It's a bubble without an reflection, internal reflection, and I thought that might make a good example of possibly a portal qualities. A transparent body with a separately existing internal reality. Transparent bodies, such as a portal or any other bounding surfaces which holds a separately detached reality, has no internal attributes. It has no internal reflection. A perfectly idealized cloak would have no internal or external attributes, no reflection, no detection. Now, this is really an argument for the topology of portal bridges, virtual portal bridges, over real wormholes out in the cosmos. I'm talking about virtual or artificial realities, virtual portals, cloaked in our reality and made virtual in others. These are the chain of mirror worlds. This is the mirror world effect that I'm talking about, the interplay between real and simulation, reality, our reality, and what possibly could be a holographic simulation. The mirror world effect. This is a 2D cross-section representation of a televisual dual portal telepresence. The mirror world effect is the interchange between virtual environment to real environment to virtual environment to telecast one's presence to another corresponding televisual portal. I'll try to get up here as much as I can. And there's Bob's portal to the left and Alice's portal to the right. They require three intersections. The cloaking intersection interface, a holodeck, and the secondary holodeck that reverses the imagery of each one, and a transmission, a topological connection to each other, either in this reality or an entirely different one. But at the end of the day, the observers in each holodeck only experiences one out of a hidden chain of mirror world exchanges, recursions. So, in an idealized observer-oriented setting, there is only one invisible bound and one holographic bound. Wherever space disappears must reappear somewhere else. That's based on Landar's principle, a bound or limit. Wherever information disappears, it must reappear elsewhere. And that's based on this cloaked space that disappears. The space itself disappears, not just the object being cloaked, but the entire space. And where does that lead to? It leads to these mirror worlds that exchange either in this reality or in an entirely different reality. These are the mirror worlds, the mirror world recursions. You see the lines of transmission, televised transmission to create their telepresence in a completely faithful to a three-dimensional reality. If one virtual self decides to walk off in another direction, the other real self could walk off in their own direction in an infinitely large holodeck program, virtual reality program, only through telepresence, and only one person can exist inside a single portal, one person to a portal. So the holodeck ideal on Star Trek of several people going into a holodeck isn't entirely correct. And it would mess up the faithful to reality three-dimensional effect. Only one person to a portal in a holodeck. And people can meet up through their telepresence in a virtual reality that is, for all intents and purposes, only has one invisible bound and one holographic bound. And the other hidden aspects of their mirror world recursions are hidden somewhere between the invisible bound and the holographic bound. In an observer-oriented reality, they only experience one single bound, which is really actually a dual bound. And that's the basis for an invisible holographic principle. And based on the mirror world effect, the interplay between a reality and what could be a simulation of our reality. And the argument for a portal topology that bridges realities, observer-oriented realities. Well, thank you.